Hello, and welcome back.
It's been so long.
Never Together. Once again, proving the name of this podcast has been what,
3 weeks? Yeah,
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Vile.
So, for those of you that have missed us, basically we've been working away,
Yes.
at our normal people jobs.
Travel,
work.
But
We're back.
we're back.
Who knows when we'll be together again.
Yeah, fuck knows.
Fuck knows.
Well, stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
But also, as we've been working away, we've had homework, and that is sticking stickers everywhere. So I went to the US recently. I stuck a couple of stickers there. Miss Thing over here has been...
I've been going crazy with the stickers. Like, some have been sticking them more than others.
Yes.
But that's okay.
And I admit that. I've been working, and by the time I saw a spot, I was like, oh. But everywhere in New York is, like, so fucking busy.
Yeah.
It's so busy, and if I was alone, it was probably, like, 11 at night, and I was like, I want to go home.
Yeah.
I want to go home.
I took them on a night out and just got I got so trigger happy with them.
Yeah.
And then my sister-in-law was literally like, what are you sticking everywhere? And I'm like, I'm not. And she was hammered, so she just went, and just flounced off.
God.
She's Hungarian though, and she has the most amazing accent. She's like,
love that.
are you sticking stickers everywhere? And I'm like, no. So picture how you would imagine Gretel from Hansel and Gretel to sound.
Stop it.
Her.
No.
And it's the cutest thing, and I love
her.
it. I know, it's so
Oh my
sweet.
god.
I know.
Aww.
I know. So sweet.
But yes, we're back. We're back with our coffees. We're back with our monsters.
We're back. I don't know if we're better than ever though.
I'm feeling a little rough. I can't.
I want to do the guess who's back in the house, but it's me.
But it's me.
I just walk into the door with my like cycling shorts on and like a man's t-shirt. Go, guess who's back in the house?
Yeah.
Me.
With stripy socks.
Oh, these socks are
They're well cute.
They are fucking adorable. I'm in my era now of
Okay, Taylor.
Ew. We're not Taylor Swift fans.
No,
sorry.
and we recently got a new playlist for our friend group, and it's all Taylor, and I can't wait to terrorize it with actual music.
But you have access, so
She
just
hasn't given me access yet.
so just remove them all. Just delete them.
Oh, bitch.
Just delete them.
Yes.
She's never gonna know. She
No.
will not, because she's put so many on them. Maybe keep like 3 just to...
Yeah, just...
And then
they'll
she'll-
probably be the ones I tolerate.
She'll never know.
She'll never know.
Like, I don't think I tolerate any of them. That's the problem, though. I literally hate them all.
Love Story, maybe, just because I was 6 and I thought that was good music. But
You were
like,
6? No, we weren't.
it felt like I was 6. It's probably like 12.
No, because it was like around the time of the Hannah Montana movie. We were like
Yeah, but Hannah
teenagers.
Montana movie is my heart. Like, I don't have space for any other country girl.
Yeah, like...
Just Hannah.
Yeah, no, just Hannah Montana.
Just Hannah. Sorry, I
But
feel
just-
vile.
But just slowly delete them.
I'm not. I'm gonna delete them all.
No, keep like 1 or 2 so she doesn't realise.
Yeah, fair.
So she'll never go, where are all my Taylor Swift
songs.
Anyway, I am fully in the era of wearing funky socks.
Period.
So I have like a full wardrobe now of just funky socks. And like literally, I get more compliments on them than I do my outfits. I'm being
Because
dead.
they're well cute.
I'm being dead serious. Because also as well, they're from
they're
Santa Cruz. So as well, you know when you're like sitting somewhere and you cross your leg and then your trousers just bare
You
ankles.
show the ankle.
No, I don't. I show the sock. Random people have genuinely come up to me and gone, your socks are so cool.
Yeah. I compliment men on
I've
their
got
socks all
like
the
I've got
time.
like SpongeBob ones. You saw the legendary pickle ones.
Yes.
Got those. I've got what
I
else
thought
have
about
got?
you today. I saw a big pickle and I was like, Miss Thing and I here would absolutely have one each and ask for more.
Oh, those TikTok
like
pickles.
the thick ones.
I really want one, but I also really don't want one.
I know. I feel like I'm gonna get cancer.
I know, it's a carcinogenic.
Yeah, just the acidity of the packet and the plastic. I'm just like,
It just
ugh.
looks, and also as well, it's from
Have you seen that like spicy one with like the
they've got
red?
they've got
I
like
think you sent it to me.
they've got like a Takis flavoured
Ooh,
one. They've got like
child.
dill pickle,
No.
habanero. They've got all of them, and they're from America. So they're from America. So you just know
Oh, God,
that
I
those
can't.
things
Stop it.
are worse than having a cigarette.
Yeah.
For real, like But maybe we should eat one on the podcast as like an opener.
Oh no, I will. No.
If ever we were going to lose all of our viewers, this would be the moment. Us eating like a giant pickle.
Yeah, ASMR.
What are they called? Are they called hot pickles?
I don't know.
Or Big Mama pickles or something
I don't know.
like that.
I don't know.
But basically, everybody's eating them on TikTok.
Bye. I hate them. I got locked out of TikTok.
Why?
Because I went to America, logged on, and TikTok thought I was in Hong Kong. It rhymes. So I was like...
No, it doesn't.
Logged on in Hong Kong.
Oh, right, okay. I thought you meant America?
No.
Hong Kong? That doesn't work.
So I literally went to scroll on TikTok on like Sunday morning, and they were like, sorry, we don't do TikTok in Hong Kong anymore. And so I put the VPN on to be in America.
It's like trying to watch BBC iPlayer. It's giving BBC iPlayer in another country vibes.
Yeah.
Like the British government do not think about watching.
Dare!
If you think about watching the Great British Bake Off in Spain, get to fuck. And
which is so funny because there's so many, like, I wonder how it's, because growing up in a very English part of Spain, I wonder how, like,
they must show it on different channels.
No, because there's, like, Sky TV and, like, all that stuff worked pre-Brexit, so I wonder how, like, people with, like, post-Brexit TV boxes are. UK, I don't know.
I don't know what you're asking me.
Oh,
anyway.
It's so niche, don't worry about it, I'll figure it out myself.
So niche, and I just don't have the capacity for it today.
No, neither. Wait until the sugar and the coffee and
do
the
you know
monster
what?
And the food hits.
Do you know what, as well, girls, gays and theys? I've literally not left the house today. Which makes
That's
things
true.
even worse. I'm just so lazy.
Yeah.
I'm just so lazy, like...
See, on the other hand, I feel like I haven't been home, so I'm just happy that we're filming this in my house today.
This is why I say I don't care, because I never leave the house. So if ever you want to film with yours, I'm like, sure! Because literally I never leave the house. But we do have a sofa now.
Oh,
nice
amazing.
Sofa. It is
Great, next time.
It's basically like this, but it's blue.
What colour's this, you bitch?
Teal. Don't play these
It's
games.
stuck.
It's fucking teal.
No, it's not.
Read a book! It's fucking teal.
Teal.
It's teal.
Teal is lighter.
It's teal. It's teal. It's teal. Fine. Aquamarine.
Thank you.
It's not fucking blue. I'll
Thank
tell
you.
you that.
Thank you.
Anyway,
7 minutes in.
The actual topic of today is, so, we are two women, if you haven't realised. And we wanted to talk about women in male-dominated spaces. Or I would actually say maybe just women in spaces in general. Because...
That episode could be so long.
Well, it's already 7 minutes, fuck it. Like, it's a small podcast. Gotta get the time in somehow. Anyway, I was thinking about this the other day, and women interact in spaces very, very differently to men.
Yes, so.
And the things that they pick up on are completely
ridiculous.
Completely different.
There's a really interesting book. I don't know what the backlash is with the author, but it's Invisible Woman. And it's how the male...
Who's the author?
It's Caroline Criado Perez. And basically it's just how the world is designed for men. And it's things that...
That's true.
As women, you read it and you're like, oh yeah, this makes sense. And you still get angry. Like, for example, there's, like, urban planners. There's a part of London that was just purely male urban planners. So when it came to, you know, women, everything got designed, everything got, like, you can live there. Women were like, right, where's the ramp for the babies?
The pram.
The pram.
Yeah.
I mean, not only pram, like, disabled, like, wheelchair access.
Even down to, where's the tampon bin in the toilet?
Yeah, even down to the seatbelt height on the car. Because it's made for men, so it's usually a woman. It's actually very dangerous.
Do you know what I do?
You can get, like...
No, do you know what I do? I put it under my titties.
Yeah, or under your arm, but literally...
No, yeah, so you know when it goes across your chest? Across your chest, basically. It goes right across my nipples, and I'm literally like, this feels like I've run a marathon. So I put it under my armpit, and it just scoops my boobs. It doesn't wear a bra.
Now it's getting better because you can adjust it. But, like, earlier, like, if you got into a car accident, it would decapitate a woman because it's such, like, a... Yeah, because it's
God!
It's high for like a man,
like up there, yeah.
So it hits.
It's in the roof of the car.
Yeah,
like it pulls down.
Yeah,
no, they're on the side.
It's on the side, but even like when it's stuck to the side, it wasn't adjustable, so you could like
But some are.
A lot of this is like very hand, so we can see what we're doing, but you can't.
Anyway,
so read the book. But yeah, it's quite not surprising, but it's still like.
Because interestingly, so I work with men in a supportive capacity, basically. Mm-hmm. They're not my co-workers. And basically, they will say a comment so simple as, you look nice today, or, oh, you smell nice, or I like your outfit. And then literally that is straight away, alarm bells are ringing, what did you mean by that? Are you trying to flirt with me? That's not appropriate, and stuff like that. But whereas, like, if a man commented on a man's outfit, like, nothing would ever be said. And, like, when I go to work...
Or if it is said...
It's completely ignored.
It's completely ignored, or it's the other side of, like, oh my god, you're gay.
Yeah. But, like, as well, I'm, like, even when I'm going to work, I'm, like, conscious of what I'm wearing. Because I'm, like, I don't want to attract... Any attention to myself.
Anyone.
Like, baggy t-shirts, jeans, so, like...
It's not even about attracting attention, it's just, like, it's not fair how men literally roll out of bed, put a fucking, like, suit on, and fuck off their way. And, like women have to have their hair done.
It's
like,
hilarious.
And their makeup done, and, like...
Have you seen...
Wear heels, and I'm like, Do you know how much makeup costs?
Have you seen... I don't even wear makeup anymore.
I don't wear makeup.
I literally only wear it if I'm going out.
Yeah,
same. Because I just can't be arsed.
Same.
But it's so funny, I've been seeing these TikToks recently, where women are filming their pre-wedding prep, and they're like, I went to the salon, I did this, and my husband, he got showered and put on a suit.
What is that? That's vile.
But basically, the role I'm in now... It's male dominated for the fact that men are accessing the service that I offer. I'm not a sex worker. I'm not a sex worker. I work in the criminal justice system.
It just hit me.
I work in the criminal justice system. I can't fucking say too much. Anyway, but the workforce is all women. Like, the workforce is all women. And so, like, I work in an all-female team.
Nice.
So if ever, like, somebody comes in that's a risk to females, we just have to take it. We're just like, we can't give it to a man. But I've been very lucky in that sense that I think the team is so nice. Stop laughing, I'm not a sex worker.
There's nothing wrong with it.
There's nothing wrong with being a sex worker, but I
wish I was one.
But I literally cannot say what I do other than I work within the criminal justice system, and then... Yeah. That's it.
That's it. I think...
But I've never been managed by a man, ever.
Nice.
Ever in my life, so I don't actually know what that's like.
Oh, babe.
Like, exactly.
I'll tell you. I think for me, I've gone through a variety of jobs, mainly in the theatre industry. Now, people think...
Oh, so you're not... So where's your sex worker joke? Where's your sex worker joke?
I don't have one, because I wish I was one.
Anyway. Money.
So I've had a lot of female people... I think it comes with... It's not even a stigma, it's just like, people think that theatre is a lot of women. It's very woman-dominated, and it is on stage. Backstage and in production, it's very male-dominated.
Yeah.
So it's strange to see women in power, because every man in the industry, if you see a woman, like one successful man, there's at least 3 women making it work under.
Yeah.
And that's just the glass ceiling that we can't get past. We can. You know, there's a couple of producers out there that are incredible women, and they're like, oh, they're mean. Oh, they're bitchy.
Yeah, I hear
But
you.
Do you see where they are? I'll be a cunt if it means that my name's recognized around the world.
But
are you kidding? And they're not mean. They just had to be...
But people don't take women seriously.
No, they don't.
Women in senior roles, they're not taken seriously at all.
I think in this one it is. In the theatre industry, it is, because they're the ones who are succeeding. Yeah. Because it's come, especially with the pandemic, the level of care that's gone into, of like, not even motherly care, it's not even, but just regular human humbleness and being like kind has shown, because the way my boss treats crisis and health and mental health in general.
Your male boss.
My male boss is so different to how my friends who have female bosses.
Okay.
Because this is already, like, such a tough industry. Now the pandemic's hit, and obviously women by nature have a more motherly instinct. They're more caring. Maternal, sorry.
Same thing.
But, you know, pandemic hit. Oh, guys, make sure you're safe. Make sure you're this. Make sure you're that. Do you need anything? Please let me know. And I think periods is a massive one, because I'm the first one to say, I don't give a fuck if you find it disgusting. I'm the one who has to deal with it.
Yeah, exactly.
But just talking to my friends and saying, like, oh, hi, I'm on my period and I'm bleeding to death, is still not as half as uncomfortable being like, hey, I'm complaining to you about something because I'm literally in pain, but you'll never understand, and that gives you power to just, like, dismiss it.
Like, oh my god, if ever I have to hear, like, are you on your period? From a man.
Yes, I am.
Like, not even, like, if I'm just a bit moody, it's like, oh, you're on your period, and it's like, so what? Like, literally, so what?
And I think that's, being in a very male-dominated industry has made me the type of person who's like, oh, she's a cunt, correct.
But, like, literally, I'll tell you this for what. So, obviously,
we'll tell you this for free.
So, obviously, we work in very, very different industries. So, the majority... I don't work in a prison, but I used to. Anyway, I can tell you guys that now. Anyway, all of the prison governors who are in, like, literally the top of their game, the head honchos, like, nobody fucking breathes without their say-so, are men. However, literally harking on to back to what you said, there's, like, a handful of them that are females, and they're seen as witches, harridans, like, evil bitches, like, because it's just unfathomable that
a woman can be successful.
But also that a woman would want to work in such a tough, hard environment. And I'm like, well, actually, if you looked at the workforce within the criminal justice system, lots of them actually are women. It's a very maternal role, because you're there to support. That's a big word. Support. And then men get scared of the word support, and they're like, fuck no, I'm not working there. But like, literally.
But yeah.
I've never really worked in a male-dominated field, actually. Ever.
No.
Like,
I mean, I think it's strange, because obviously I'm not a pioneer, I'm not the first, and I will be the last one to work in theatre. But I think it's strange when you come into these spaces so confident, and, like, men, like, I was working, like, men, one, hate it, two, so I've had both reactions. I've had, oh, what the fuck are you doing here? You're a woman. Or, oh my god, it's inspiring that you're here. Designing props and lifting weights and stage managing these spaces. My best friend and I sort of went through that backstage industry together. So we sort of had each other. But going into production, for example, it's not for my flatmate. It's,
sorry, like, that was me.
You know, and I think there's a lot of, it's getting better.
But it's like,
but it's still, like,
it's just, like, do you know what as well? Like, when you maybe go into a space, I guess, that is dominated by men, either side of the table, whether that is...
If you're not on the table, you're on the menu.
Literally. Whether that is, like, men are senior positions, or, say, for example, you worked in a gym, so men, like, access that service a lot. Yeah. The main overarching question as a woman is, what do you know?
Are you a lesbian?
No! Yes, but no. No, the main overarching question is,
what do you know?
What do you know?
Name 3 songs.
What are you going to tell me?
Yeah.
And it's like, actually, I could probably have more qualifications than you.
Yep.
Like, think about it this way. Like, female personal trainer, male personal trainer.
Yeah.
How many male clients do you think that female personal trainer has? Like one or two, because they're not sexist pigs. Because literally...
Correct.
Because literally, a man would so much rather take advice, take guidance, take anything...
From a man.
From another man.
Because we'll what?
Because literally, like... But she could have a fucking degree in sports psychology. I don't actually know what that is, but...
Sports science.
Sports science, yeah. What the fuck is sports psychology? Like...
That's actually a thing.
No, it's a thing, but... What is it? Like...
A lot of trauma.
Trauma in sports.
Yeah.
But, like... she could have that. She could have a degree in sports science. My man over here has a level 3 diploma in personal training. Both very valid qualifications. Yeah. But you best believe my man, Sexist Sam over here, is... I can't think of a better name. Sexist Sam is going to go, oh, she won't be able to lift as many weights as me. She won't be able to get to my personal best. And it's like, her personal best is probably beyond yours. Like, get to fuck. And then that's when women avoid the spaces. Yeah. That's when, like full disclosure, I work out at home. Because I don't want to be looked at. Yeah. I want to fart in peace, basically. I do yoga.
To be fair, after squats, yeah, I know the bowels are like ringing. It's like, let's go.
Have you ever been to a bar class? Like a BARRE? Go. I went to one like the other week because I had like a voucher. All women, so I felt very, very safe. But literally, I was stood there and I was going, oh. What? Like the juices were flowing.
If I'm doing leg day, I can assure you,
I literally in core 10 day, minutes, core day as well. Core day.
I'm in the bathroom.
Yeah, no.
But I think that's the thing. I think a lot of my friends feel the same way that you do, where it's like I work out at home because I don't like being stared at. But then the wild, crazy bitches that do set foot in the gym and like are involved in sports, the first thing they say is like, "Oh, you're either a lesbian or you're fucking crazy." Like I didn't get. Like, not that I was looking for it, but for example, I was really involved in rugby in uni, you know.
Were you?
Inside joke!
Were you? She would always ditch us for, like, rugby socials or rugby matches. Yeah. This bitch.
It was really fun.
This bitch was so gagging. Like, she got a frothy gash over being in a male-dominated space because she would walk into that space and be like, I fucking own this space.
Correct.
She got a frothy gash over being in a male-dominated space and giving them what for, which I applaud, but also lay down for the sesh. Like, come on. Frothy gash. Yeah.
What is that?
Like a lady boner, a frothy gash.
No, oh my god.
You've never, a wide on, you've never heard of the phrase frothy gash. So, think about...
Anyway, think about you've said that, I'm like,
think about the top of a cappuccino before you put chocolate on. That's what your fanny was like, going into this male-dominated, testosterone rugby space. I'm gonna fucking tell her.
No, because I genuinely did like this.
I know, I'm joking. I'm just upset because she would cancel the sesh like all the fucking time because she was like, oh, I really keep going at rugby, and we'd be like,
anyway,
we're just jealous because she had more friends than us, and we were like,
period.
And we were
I really knew everyone.
And we were literally only friends with each other and people from the course, and she had like all of these other socials, and we're like, okay, this bitch.
Anyway, so.
Where are you going?
No, but it's true, like, these rugby men are, like, not that I was going in with the intention of, like, shagging any of them, because genuinely I just liked the sport that much that I would,
and they're all a disgusting breed of man. They're probably, like, the most sexist.
No, they're actually, the good bunch that I had were really good. I'm still friends with a lot of them. But basically...
I think that might be the university that we went to.
Yeah, our university is really diverse. But,
yeah, exactly.
I don't think I would have been friends in any other university. But basically, long story short was, like, not that I was going to shag any of them, but then, like, after we went to uni and, like, I was talking, because I was also very good at, like, keeping rugby from drama separate. Like, people didn't know that I was a drama student. People didn't know that I was, like, a musical theatre kid. So they're like, oh. And we start talking, and they're like, oh, so... you're straight? I was like,
rude.
Yeah, like, I'm not, like, oh, I thought because you were in rugby, you were a lesbian. I was like, you don't have to be a lesbian to be in rugby.
It's because...
or a strong woman.
It's because, like, being a quote-unquote strong woman...
Yeah.
Like, men or sort of bigoted people see that as butch, manly, too close to men, so like any way that they can put you down by going, oh, you must be a lesbian, you're too butch, like, do you know what I mean? That's their way of saying you're one of the guys, and that's their way of feeling, I guess, more comfortable with you.
Yeah, which is like,
because if you're hyper femme, and some are, like, look at the lionesses.
Oh my god,
some of them are hyper femme.
Oh my god,
like,
nails done.
I know.
Nails done, lashes done.
What's that runner's name?
Oh, God.
Shah Carey?
Oh,
Is that her name?
I think so.
There's definitely Carrie in the name, but she's running track
Yeah.
with her braids and her jewelry as well. Her jewelry and her nails, and I'm like, go on, girl. But I guess if a man saw that, like, on the rugby field, they'd either take the piss or they would feel threatened and that a hyper femme girl is, like, just as strong as they are.
And I think that's a lot of them, in a way, gain respect to me, because we wouldn't play together for insurance purposes, but, like, we'd train together. And, like, they'd say the girls were doing the same drills. And, again, we went to a very different university. The men were gorgeous. They're great human beings. And one of my friends...
They weren't fit.
There's a few.
I'm joking.
There's a few. You're just jealous. Anyway, yeah, and it's just like, damn, I either have to be crazy or lesbian to be in a sport. And, like, I really actually love it. And, you know, I think it's also where I do get a lot of my fucking cojones to, like, call men out. Because one of my friends was like, oh, are you scared of action? My friend was like, yeah, because she can she can control a room of 30 to 40 men and not be scared, and everyone listens to her. And that takes a lot from a woman. I was like, it actually doesn't. It's just society. But, okay.
But also as well, do you know what I find hilarious? Is when men find out that you have a skill or you are trained or whatever in something that they do and they excel at, they instantly become very scared.
Yeah.
And I find that so
I find it so funny.
Like, literally, so...
Tail between legs.
So I'm personal protection trained. Have to be for my job. And literally, whenever men... Like, literally, like you say, so I used to work in a prison. Whenever other men would find out that I used to work in a prison, they'd be like, oh, Jesus. Whoa, Jesus Christ, don't mess with you. And or... Like, so then they felt threatened, and they would either try and avoid talking to me about it, or in general, or they would be like, oh, I bet you can't restrain me, or like, you wouldn't be able to fucking blow a fly over, and it's like, actually...
And then one of our other friends is a police officer, which
literally.
I wonder how... We should have her as a guest, but she doesn't know that we have this. But basically, like, I wonder how... that is on that end,
but like it's probably the same. Like I can take down a big man, as can you.
Yeah.
Or at least I wouldn't be able to take him down, but I'd be able to restrain him so I don't die.
Yeah.
And it's like regular citizens of the male species find that out, and they're literally like, "Go on, try me.
Go on."
Yeah.
I know. I've been out to tackle people in the night out. I was like, I'm not a fucking animal.
Try restrain me. Go on, I dare you. And it's like, okay,
you're gonna end up
like, would you say that to a man?
No.
If you found out that a man played rugby, or a man was a police officer or a prison officer or anything like that, it's
restrain me.
No. Would a man say that? No. Like, would they say, "Oh, give us a tackle then"? Like, vile. That's the bonkers thing.
Vile.
That's the bonkers thing where they're literally like, they're almost like sussing you out or testing you.
Like, you really don't believe me? Oh,
it's
come
like,
see my game
tomorrow.
It's
also like, oh, you don't believe me, but also it's like, I know you can do it.
I don't need to prove it to you either.
It's like, no, alright then, mate.
Yeah.
Like, no, you can do it, and it's like, and if you can do it, they're like really embarrassed, and they're like, oh,
and I have done that before. I've really embarrassed them, because my favourite thing in this world is to humble men.
I think that at this point needs to be like a qualification or something.
Humbling men, yes.
Humbling men, absolutely.
My own boss is, like, scared of me. And it's so much fun.
I hate that.
Because he's a pussy.
Pussy! Like, I hate that, though. I hate that I have to, like, the minute men find out what I do, or even women, actually, to some degree, find out what I do, and then they're like, then they're scared of me.
I was like, I'm not... Yeah.
And then they're like, ooh, okay. And it's like, I'm just a normal human being.
I'm just a normal person. I'm not gonna... like, not gonna bite you unless you push my buttons.
Like, literally. Like, okay. But, like, as well, do you believe the idea that men are paid more than women for the same job?
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm like...
Oh, yeah.
I agree with it because, you know, feminism, fight the power. But also, I've never been in a space where, like I said, my team has always been female dominated. So I've never actually been in a space to see it, but I think it's less overt in the fact that it's like you and me do the same job. You're a man.
Yeah.
And you just instantly get paid more because you're a man. I think it's that because, like you say, society has built men up and the spaces have been created for men, that their field just naturally gets paid more.
Yeah.
So, like, you tend not to see women in finance, you tend not to see women in engineering, you tend not to see women in science, and those fields just pay more because it's just built men up.
Yeah.
And, like, nurses don't get paid enough.
No, I think also what it is, I mean, I think there might be a disparity. Disparity? Yeah, there might be a disparity, but the gap between the male and female pay is not half as drastic as the racial disparity.
Yeah, massively. Pay, absolutely.
Which is, I think, why I feel like it's more difficult to notice it here, but in America...
No, I don't think so. Because
maybe because that just hasn't been...
So, there are specific scholarships...
there's the obvious ones.
There's specific scholarships for BME people to go to Oxford or Cambridge.
Yeah, oh my god,
like
that I do know. But between,
bonkers.
like, even within my work during the pandemic, same hours, same entry level, but I got paid $5 less an hour than the same girl who came in. I had more customer service and, like, experience.
Why was she paid more?
She was white.
How do they work that out?
Huh?
How did they justify it?
Because you have to, like, when you sign up, they have to, I think they told us, or like something leaked, and I was like, wow, I really get paid $5 less than you do, but I have more customer service.
But that's the joke, because, like, that's why people don't discuss their salary.
But
because when these things come out, they're literally like, what the fuck?
Which I don't give a fuck, because I think when you're in that side of like, the coin, you're not surprised. It's still disappointing, don't get me wrong, but you're not surprised.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh.
Yeah.
I'm still angry, because it's vile.
It's so bad.
But, like, I'm not surprised.
Wow. But, like...
She was more surprised than I was. Because she's never seen that side of privilege.
So they sort of discussed her pay with her, like, on an individual basis, do you think?
Yeah. They discussed the individual... And then I think it's
do you think she challenged it, or...
No, I think...
No, as in she went, do you think she went, I need to be paid more? And then they were like, okay.
I don't know. Fair. Because that's discussed in private, but, like, it's not... Even though I speak more languages, and that's the thing, like, we were in South Florida, where it's more Latin. Useful to have both languages. She was
Spanish,
still paid
Portuguese, Brazilian,
Yeah. Yeah.
Because, like, some people say it's bad enough that if you have a male and a female in the same job, the man will get paid more because he's a male, and I'm like, no, it's not as obvious as that.
There's a lot of factors that go into it.
But also as well, it's so much more undercover because, like, you would never get away with that.
No, but
like,
I think
if we did the same job, I was a man, you were a woman, like, you would, that's literally workplace discrimination.
Yeah.
But
I think also
it's like the fact that the male-dominated workforces are just paid more.
Yeah.
And there's more attention, literally, like we were discussing earlier, there's so much more attention given to men in leadership.
Yeah.
Like, men are built up to be leaders, and then when a woman comes along, it's like, oh...
Yeah.
Like, if you had a female producer and a male producer, when you're discussing contract, who do you think is going to get paid more?
Oh, the male producer.
Crazy, right?
Male producer. And if a woman is at a certain level, it's because she slept with someone.
Oh my god.
Or it's because...
Who did you sleep with to get that job? Like, the fuck?
Myself.
Hey, now, I don't particularly mind nepotism, as long as you are right for the job.
Oh my god, yeah.
But, like, no, it's fucked. Because, like... I've never been in a situation where I can challenge my pay. I get paid what I get paid. Everybody on that level gets paid the same.
Yeah.
Because it's public services, so you can't argue it.
Yeah.
But, like, as well, is that, like, against the law now to sort of say, I think I should be paid more?
No, I think so.
As in, like, you can work out your pay with your manager.
I think within private sector, like private companies, yes, you can.
Really?
Yeah.
Never.
Because I think mine is like, obviously there's like a, as long as it's above like the national living wage and above London wage,
yeah,
you can like literally negotiate. What's illegal is being under.
Yes. Yeah.
Obviously. But then like after, you can do, if you're private, literally you can do whatever.
Because like,
and then obviously then if it's a matter of like, we don't fit into the budget.
But why do women not go for like male dominated jobs? Like, why do we not see women in finance? Why do we not see as many women in tech?
I think we're seeing more and more. I think it's because that's as much as times are changing, the amount of time that it's taken to like actually get here is embarrassing.
I know.
It's embarrassing.
No.
So it doesn't mean it's not happening, it's just still we're so far behind.
Can you believe, like, however many years ago, we weren't even able to fucking vote?
Open a bank account.
Oh my god, yeah. Like, we were still living in the home, and our main force of... Which also is fucking bonkers to me. Like, so, on the whole, women are expected to now go to work. Yeah, now go to work.
Maintain their motherly activities.
But exactly that. But also come home and do the dishes, and do the cooking, do the this, do the that.
I truly recommend that book because it's part of...
I might read it, yeah.
Yeah, it's quite interesting.
Is it in Spanish? No,
it's not English. But basically it's part of, like, if we really break down being a mother or a carer as a full-time job, women are paid 47% less than men.
No, but it actually used to be.
I'll be back.
Like, I've got to host this on my own.
Yes.
Hello, guys. Welcome to the Midnight Hour with your host, DJ Smoothie Smooth, playing you all your smooth classics. Anyway, she's back now. But, like, that, so literally, if you think about it, so women go to their job, okay? Sometimes even worse, do you know what it is? Lots of female jobs are shift work.
Yeah.
Like nurses, doctors, whatever else. What else is shift work? Not warehouse, but
just
like...
retail in
general. Oh my god, as well, call handling. Retail, yeah, that's not really shift... it's like 0 hours. But then they've got to go home and then do what's called like emotional labour and household labour. Which is literally, so like emotional labour, which is like taking care of the kids, making sure everyone else is okay, your husband's okay, whoever else, doing the cooking and doing the cleaning and like just maintaining a nice house. So back in the day, as early as the 50s, as far back in time as like the 50s and 60s, women would literally do that and just that. But now they have to do both and they only get paid for one half of it. So that's like the absolutely crazy thing, is all the other labour they're doing, they don't get paid for.
Yeah, so it says on average 61% of housework is undertaken by women. And even if men do it, it's not the same amount. It says somewhere, I think women is like 8 hours.
Cleaners, they're shift work, so like office cleaners, hospital cleaners, all sorts of...
Going into science, hold on.
Okay. So like science, tech, engineering.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's scientists. But oh my god, the imbalance between the amount of unpaid work done by male and female scientists found that female scientists do 54% of the cooking, cleaning, and laundry. In their households, adding more than 10 hours to the already 60-hour week. Versus men's contribution, 28%,
Jesus.
only adds half of the time.
Oh my god.
Yeah, in India, 66% of women's work is spent on unpaid labour, while 12% of men's work is unpaid.
Because if you actually think about it as well...
And obviously there's culture that comes into this, and, you know, some places are still very much... Developing, and, like, just... And some people do want to be,
housewives. That's
housewives,
fine.
which is fine. But we're talking about specifically the Western world in this book.
Yeah.
But also women who have 9-to-5 careers and like degrees and stuff, but still have to come home and cook. And I notice it. My God, like
I do the majority of the cooking.
I do all the cooking. I do all the cleaning here.
I do all the cleaning, but
I will just 2 of you.
I will let my partner off on this because I have said with my own words. Let me just do the cleaning. But
I'll do it right.
But
there you go. You can take it.
That's literally the words that came out of my mouth. But I will do it to a degree that I'm happy with. Correct, exactly. I will do the cleaning correct. Like, I won't just brush the crumbs into a dustpan and that's me clean.
Yeah.
Like, I will do it correctly to a high standard, and that's why I say I do the cleaning.
Yeah.
It's very therapeutic for me to do the cleaning.
Yeah.
Irrelevant, though. Like,
no, but still, I think there's a difference. But even just the fact that you're offering,
but that's adding on.
But the fact that I'm literally like telling my flatmate, "Hey, can you take out the bins because I cleaned," and I have to ask, like, please.
But that's adding on to my labour that I don't get paid for.
Yeah.
So, like,
which I find it therapeutic. But like, what if I didn't?
But also,
this house would be an absolute fucking tip.
So like, but like, that's the thing. I can't live in a messy space.
Me either.
I fucking despise it.
Me either.
Why do men on
not
the whole...
even men, my own flatmates, like...
But I'm not even... Because it depends how you grew up. If you grew up where your parents did absolutely everything for you,
oh, yeah,
you just become completely blind to anything.
Yeah.
Because you may even see it on the side and go, someone else will do that.
Yeah.
You become... And actually... somebody did a study about how our brains work. So, in this sense, there's lots of studies done on the brain. So there's a certain type of brain that sees mess or disorder or like anything like that, or things out of place, and instantly becomes anxious.
Yeah.
You may not recognize it as anxiety, but you become anxious, and it will upset you. And there are others that will just completely ignore it, and it won't bother them.
Yeah,
and like
the fact that this laundry has had to sit out for one more day.
Yeah, literally.
It's stressing me out. Because
also as well, like, I look at the stuff around me and I'm like, I literally cannot move in the space.
Yeah. Even though
I totally, absolutely can. Like, I'm being
very... my brain is like the Sims who just keep walking into the wall and like nothing happens.
My brain is in fight or flight, like, at this point.
Listen.
Like, but also as well, that leads on into the workplace in terms of the way, so if your brain works in that way, that where you see something lying around or your house is quote unquote dirty, you become anxious, you become annoyed, you have to drop everything you're doing and do that. It works in the workplace as well. Yeah. And it's all down to initiative. So the people whose brains are like that, they will see something that needs to be done and they will just do it.
Yeah. My boss has so much clutter.
They are what's the word? Independent. They're like completely independent.
See, my boss has a lot of clutter.
Because
and it's
he's a
not
man.
even that. Yeah.
Man.
But it's just like a lot of clutter, and I'm like, hey, let's find a day where we throw it, because you do have to keep your records for like 5 years for like VAT and stuff.
But
like, yeah, but there's like there's things we can throw away.
Yeah.
We need to Marie Kondo this fucking thing.
Oh, I'm so Marie Kondo.
Go. And we literally we scheduled one day where I was like, hey, let's find this date and let's just go through everything on your desk and like go through it. And he's like, right, I'll show up. I was like, great.
He didn't show up.
He showed up.
And sat there.
At 1. And then we had to show it 2. I was like, what the fuck? What? He's like, we need to find another day. I was like, this is...
No, we don't. But this is as well, this is like...
But this is woman being under man. This is what I said. Like,
But that...
Behind one successful man, there's 3 women in the theatre industry.
But I would hazard the guess, at a higher proportion of women have that brain where they see clutter, they see things, and then they're like, this is in the way, I cannot function.
Yeah.
But also, I would hazard a guess at saying a higher proportion of women take initiative.
Yeah.
Because they have to. Because they literally have to.
We're literally programmed and raised to be carers. And
like, if women sit on their ass, they will get nothing.
No.
Whereas if men sit on their ass, there's a higher chance that something will come along.
Yeah.
Like, I would say.
And I see within my own siblings, like, the way that my sister and I have been taught to clean is different to my brother's standards.
Oh,
what is that?
Like, every man I have come across, boyfriend, partner, sibling, whatever. Boyfriend, partner, sibling.
Yum.
Boyfriend, friend, sibling. Their idea of clean is not even tidy. It's not even fucking tidy. Do you know what my dad does? And this riles me up to my fucking core.
Stop it.
So, he'll have a meal, okay?
No.
He'll eat his meal, okay? He'll finish his meal. He will put his plate and cutlery on top of the dishwasher! Oh my god. And I'm like, you have a dishwasher.
So close.
You're
so close.
You don't even have to take the time to wash it up. You have to send a signal to your arm to put it into essentially a cupboard that washes it for you and walk away.
That my family works a little different because when it's the three of us, when it's the three kids, one does lunch, one does dinner, one does breakfast.
But he will just leave his dish on the side. But also as well, there's a tornado
of other dishes.
The chopping board, knives. Do you know what as well? He'll even leave the food that he was prepping out. So he'll leave the box of tomatoes. He'll leave the bread out.
Clean up as you go.
I need to take a minute because I riled myself up. But he grew up in a very traditional household. Yeah. His mother did everything for him, and then he married my mum, and she's more of a clean freak than I am, so she will wind herself up so much that she will just do it, and when he comes back to it, it's disappeared. Yeah. That's one less task for me to do.
Yeah. Imagine, and this is something else.
I
feel like it's...
Can't actually cope. Like, I'm actually irritating myself now.
But it's just, we forget how, what was it? Mexico recently, a couple of years ago, they did a day without women.
Oh my god.
And it turned the fucking city inside out. Inside out, upside down, whatever you want to call it. And so there's this ad by, I believe it's Ford.
It's Ford. It's like, no. It's Nissan. I know exactly that.
And it's a car, and you're like, this car looks wrong. This car has issues.
No, but the narrator's going through it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like these.
So he's like, here's our new car, complete with no seatbelts. We don't have an airbag in this car.
And no mirrors.
No radio.
No this.
And no this, and no this, and no this.
And they said this is a car designed by men.
No. I think they said this is a car with no design features.
By a woman or something like that.
Yeah. Oh no, this car has only been designed by men, and then at the bottom it said like
something about the importance of a woman.
So basically, yeah, it just said said like if you all these things have been taken out because these things were invented by women.
Yeah.
I think the seatbelt was invented by a woman or something crazy like that.
It was.
Or the airbag or whatever.
Yeah, and I think if you are listening to this, I truly recommend The Invisible Woman. And there's a second book coming out, but it's just purely medical stuff, which is a whole other episode we can get into.
What's her fucking name? Please don't read that Women Don't Owe You Pretty by What's Her Face.
Oh.
Do you know the book I'm talking about?
There's another one.
She's called Florence Given or something like that. I can't remember her name.
So don't read it?
Don't read it.
Why? Is it very pick-me-girl?
Yes.
Oh. It's like Why Men Love Bitches.
It's just like, you don't have to wear makeup for a man, wear makeup for yourself. And it's just basically it's very base level feminism.
Ooh.
That's done, like, minimal research. Very one-sided book, basically.
Pick me. I think
it's not necessarily pick me, but it's literally like just very one-sided, and I didn't even read it, but I don't even think she has done any actual form of like field study or research. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, don't read that book.
I won't.
Read The Invisible Woman.
Read this one because it's so good, and I think as a woman you'll like some things you'll realize, and others like, oh yeah, I knew that. But, like, I hate that it's not just me going through it. I hate that it's a whole societal issue.
Oh, but do you know what as well?
It's so sad.
But it's everywhere.
Oh my god, it's everywhere.
It's not even for white women. And do you know what's the saddest thing ever? Is that the issues that are faced by BME and women of colour is actually double. Yeah. Because they're a woman and they're a person of colour. Yeah. Like, it's like double stigma.
It's double
it's like double fisting stigma. Like, she's got what? No.
It's like that thing in Pitch Perfect where it's like, I'm black, gay, and a woman.
Like, do you know what I mean?
Like, and people find it funny, and I'm like...
But it's so true.
Every issue that I have, I'm already doubling. She has to buy triple.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like...
Exactly, like...
I hate it. But even down to, like, the airplane seats. They're not wide.
I don't necessarily have an issue with airplane seats.
But just, again, this is more of like a geographic, cultural thing, but women in the Caribbean, by nature, tend to have more indigenous hips, and, like, why do birth-giving hips? Because we are women of reproduction. And so, it's just by nature, and, like... It's just not...
Big batty gyals.
Big batty gyals.
Big batty gyals.
I'm not allowed in the plane.
That's it.
And, like, it's not even, like, I'm not, like, the skinniest bitch out there, but I'm also not... I'm like, what the hell? My arse is, like, not fitting.
I can instantly tell.
Tube stations. If tube stations were, like, made by women, there would be working lifts or multiple lifts.
Yeah, my God. Platforms. Like, literally, that's the bonkers thing. Like, some tube stations don't even have lifts.
Yeah.
Forget the pushchairs, forget the prams. How do wheelchair users get out?
You get off at the next wheelchair accessible one.
No!
You wheel yourself down to the...
No.
It's like, and a lot of the times you don't... It's a matter of privilege, and, like, you don't... It's not even about that you're being ignorant. It's just, like, you haven't had that experience until you go through something.
Yeah.
And, like...
You don't even realise, like, I don't need to check.
I don't need to check.
If the stop I'm getting off at is wheelchair accessible.
Yeah, and I didn't really... I was always really aware of some... Like, I don't know why. I was always overly aware if that was wheelchair accessible, even though I never needed it. And then I tore my ACL, and I was like, I cannot go up these fucking stairs.
Also...
And I wanted to take the lift, and I'm like, oh, the lift is broken.
So
I'm stuck down here?
So think about it, though. The invention of the tube was here before the invention of the lift.
Yeah.
Well, I presume. The electronic lift.
Yeah.
So lots of tube stations had to have lifts installed.
Or ramps.
Installed.
Like, there's
why
really
did
no
they
excuse.
just not? Why did they just not make it a freaking underground wide thing that they have to have a lift?
Like, babies are not new. Babies are not new.
But also as well, wheelchairs are not new. Like,
it's because if men don't need it, men don't have half as much compassion as women do.
But also as well, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I've seen women on the underground with their pushchair on the escalator. Yeah, so they've got it tilted, the back wheel's on one step and the front wheel's on another, and they've got, like, they're holding their baby, or they've got, like, or even just makes me bonkers as well. They've folded their pushchair up.
Yep.
Because they're like, oh, I'm getting off at a stop that doesn't have a lift. So you have to actually more labour for women than is necessary.
Yeah, urban planning is a massive one. Medical as well. It's like the way that women's, like, health is dismissed for, like...
Oh, big time.
Their,
You can still die in childbirth.
Yeah. But just in general, like, the way that women's health has been dismissed for, like, oh, just lose weight and it'll sort itself out. Or, like, my period pain's really bad. It's like, oh, it's probably just in your head. Like, this woman had... What was it? This woman was... She was like, I'm not feeling too good. And, like, the doctor said, oh, lose a little weight and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Turned out to be stage 4 cancer. Fuck off. Like, why are we dismissing women? If a woman, like, listen to women...
Are you ready?
No.
So, dear listener...
Stop it.
So, like, the most basic idea of a lift was 236 BC. Although that was just, like, your old school pulleys... Like, somebody had a rope and they were pulling it up. But the first elevator, which I imagine was, like, what we kind of know it as today, was 1853. The London Underground.
It's 160 years old.
How did you work that out so
Because
fast?
It's 160 years old this year.
Oh, shit. Okay. The London Underground was opened... in 1863. Yep. So 10 years after the lift was invented.
Yep.
Why?
Yep.
Why on earth did nobody go, we should probably have a lift everywhere here? Because I know for a fucking fact that they didn't have escalators.
No.
Like, people would have probably just had to have climbed the stairs. But, like why? Like I said, lots of tube stations would have had to have installed a lift. So why not just install them on all of them?
Legit.
Like, I just can't grasp the idea of that. But that's not really on the topic of what we're talking about. But anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, do you feel working at... This is probably a better question for you, actually. Because I don't work in a male-dominated field. Do you feel that being in a male-dominated field that you're more aware of the male gaze? That's an all-encompassing term, dear listener.
I think yes and no, because there's a lot of gay men in theatre.
True.
But at the same time,
they still have an element of the male gaze, though.
Oh, yeah.
And like, the male gaze isn't even just sexual. No. Like, it's...
That's why I feel like it's not as harmful as, like a...
Yeah.
Oh, my God, the group chat.
The group chat. Sorry, team.
I think it's because, like, yes, gay men still have some sort of male gaze.
And male privilege.
And male privilege, of course. Do I think it's half as harmful as, like, if it was a heterosexual man or a cis man?
No.
No. But, like, the other day, I was working an event for work. We had an opening, and obviously, because it's an opening, I wore a pretty dress. My thing's red lipstick, if you know me. So I wore red lipstick. And this man who has not looked at me or spoken to me or given me any sign of respect throughout the entire week that we've been working together. And it's not like I was wearing shit, like I was still wearing makeup, it just wasn't sexy red lipstick.
But that's all I'm asking for, isn't it? Respect.
Like, he suddenly, like, got close to me and, like, started, like, he just held me by my hip, and I was like, you literally haven't even, like, said...
You've treated me like shit the whole week.
I've been invisible the whole week, and now that I'm wearing, like, red lipstick, and, like, it's not like I was wearing a different dress, like, I wasn't revealing, my curves are my curves, so, like, it doesn't really...
Yeah, there's no
like,
hiding
they're
it.
There.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter what I wear.
I could wear the baggiest thing.
The bunda is there. So, like, can you not? Like,
there is absolutely no reason for any man other than your partner to touch your waist or your hips.
Touch me in general, period.
Yeah, full stop. Full stop.
To touch, like, get away. Get away! And also, I think maybe there's this dynamic that I'm not, maybe not aware is not, because I'm quite aware of it. I feel like men in theatre spaces, this could just be, I think it's just my own experience having a gay boss working with a lot of straight investors, where it's like, I'm the charm.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You know? It's
yeah,
like,
no, I know. That's crazy.
You go talk to them. You call them.
Yeah, because they'll...
You say hi to them.
And it's like, it's so...
And I don't know whether it's because I'm genuinely never been introduced to them.
But it's so bonkers.
Or it's because I'm...
But it's so bonkers that he may actually be saying, you call them, you deal with it, because you are a more comfortable person for them. Like, that's his own sort of... And it's totally valid. It's totally valid that that's his own...
Oh my God, yeah.
Insecurities of straight white men, that they would be more comfortable with a cis female speaking to them. Yeah. It's kind of like it's a double-edged sword, because I don't know if it's like my own boss sexualizing me. Damn, I shouldn't be saying this on the podcast. You know, for like business purposes, or his own insecurity of like straight men getting uncomfortable. I think it's probably the latter, because I think there's a very, very lesser chance that a homosexual man would go, essentially, I'm going to pimp you out. He may look at it as in the investors would feel more charmed by you in a sexual way. Yeah. But he himself is not thinking like that. He's trying to think as a cis white rich old man. Yeah. And what they, but it's both, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's like
it's a little bit of both.
He's thinking they're going to be more comfortable with her, but also I'm making more money because they're going to find her attractive.
Yeah. Which is shit, because I'm not a whore. If I wanted to be one.
I am.
I just don't know.
But that's my own choice. That's my own choice, and no man is gonna tell me I am.
Just men in general. Abolish men.
Yeah.
Abolish men.
Get rid of
Or I genuinely do want to do the... Don't, like... Remove women for a day.
Oh,
and
God,
see how the world crumbles.
Catch fire. It would catch fire.
I see it in my office all the time. The moment one, like, myself and my coworker, like, disappear... Ooh!
Yeah.
The world's
like,
gonna
literally,
crumble.
like, the job...
The theatre industry would crumble.
The job that I do, you'd have no workers. You'd have 3.
That's it.
But also, as well, it's bonkers as well. And I feel sorry for men about this. I don't often say that. And you'll probably never hear me say it again on the podcast.
That's a strong statement.
But men also feel more comfortable being vulnerable and opening up with a woman.
But why? We're not therapists.
Well.
I'm not a therapist. Why?
But this is adding to women's labour. Like, the emotional labour where a man would feel... I mean, I do emotional labour for my job. That's fair. I get that bit. That makes sense. That bit I get paid for. That's fine.
I don't. I'm literally here to do my job. And
But before my brother had before my brother had his partner, he would often open up to me and be like, "Can I talk to you?" And I'm like,
"No."
Well, yeah, I would obviously say yes because I do feel bad.
My brother, yeah.
I do. Well, it's my brother, but also I feel bad that I'm one of the only people you feel you can open up with.
Yeah.
However, do you really not have a friend in the world or whoever that you can talk to?
I feel like
about it.
Yeah. I feel like if it's a brother or if it's a close friend.
Of course.
Yes, but why am I going to work to do this? My work job
is not
therapy was not
in the job description.
It wasn't my job description, and I don't mind learning new things, but I did not go to school for psychology.
But also as well, have you ever heard this phrase? The sexualization of support.
No, but I don't want to go into it because now I'm just going to close myself off to anyone and everyone I've ever spoken to.
So,
don't.
Men.
Oh.
Sorry, guys out there.
No.
So, men, if you are offering support to a man, if you are offering emotional support, if you are represented in a man's life as someone that they can turn to, you're more attractive.
As a as a woman or a man?
Woman. So a man will be more attracted to a woman if they can show high emotional intelligence. Yeah. They feel like, and this is often why wires get crossed. So men and women spend a lot of time together. Mm-hmm. Said man starts to open. So say, for example, I have a friend. My friend is Tim. He's not. This man does not.
To be fair, I know exactly what you mean.
This man does not exist. Me and Tim, we hang out a lot. We're friends. Yeah. We're friends. We hang out a lot. Tim feels comfortable with me. Tim starts to open up to me, share some things about his life. He says to me, it's so nice that I can open up to somebody. Tim then fancies me. I mean, Tim, if you're out there, mate. Sorry. Tim then fancies me and says the phrase, which is very, very common, nobody gets me like you do. Yeah. You're the only person I can open up to about this. Mm. So women that are seen as, dare I say, maternal in the emotional sense, not maternal as in, I'll do your dishes and stuff like that. So women who are seen as supportive, good listeners, etc., etc., a safe pair of hands to be vulnerable with, men will instantly find you more attractive.
Oh, thank God. Great. I'm just kidding. No, it's because I now that you've actually spoken
you could be a 4, but in Tim's eyes, if he can open up to you, which he feels like he can't do with anyone else other than his mother, or he may not even feel like he can be open with his mother, he will then start to feel sexual attraction towards you because of that.
See, but then is there the other? Maybe it's a really fucking silly question. There's the fact that Tim is being open with you. Does that attract you to him?
No.
Sometimes, because for me, maybe the bar's low, but for me, when I was going through a little something with my
It can be 50-50.
My special friend.
It can be 50-50.
He was telling me all of these things, and I was finding it more attractive.
Depending,
because, like, he was being vulnerable with me.
Depending on where the woman's own emotional labour is sitting. So if she feels like, God, for fuck's sake, I do this with everybody. Everybody's telling me their problems.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I have someone who I can open up to. I'm getting this from my friend, my brother, my sister, whoever. So if the woman is feeling emotionally burnt out because she is that person for everybody, she'll instantly find him more unattractive because she's like, you're quite closed off, except with me. You know, I'm doing this for everybody. I'm actually quite emotionally burnt out. Yeah. If there's a base level of attraction for the woman there already, say for example, I'd seen Tim quite closed off already, and then Tim starts to open up to me. I'm like, ooh, I feel really special now. Yeah, I feel very special. I feel very.
Yeah, I wonder if that's like the whole like.
I feel like the only girl in the world because Tim only does this with me. You'll probably find Tim very attractive.
Because that's what's happening with me. Like before, like it's got complicated. I ended it because I had to put myself first. Not because he was dumping me out.
Emotionally
dumping. No, he wasn't emotionally dumping. I just had my own shit, and I was like, right. We go through this together, but I can't do 50-50. But basically, I was, like, finding him attractive and he was telling me all of these things. And obviously, I was there I'm always going to be there to support my friends. I do, however, know how to draw the line where it's like, you need a shoulder to cry on, or you need a therapist.
But also as well, you are that person, because I know you very well, you're also that person for a lot of other people.
Yeah, but I'm not...
You're the quote-unquote therapist for your sister, your brother. Sometimes me, but I'm a very emotionally strong woman, so not often.
But you're my therapist too sometimes.
I'm everybody's therapist.
Yeah, but I think now...
But you're also that for our friend as well. So let me count that. So let's say, your brother, your sister...
It's going to depress me.
Your brother, your sister, our friend, sometimes me, this guy, that's 5 people.
Already.
So if you think about it this way, a psychologist or a psychiatrist would probably only see 3 people in a day.
That's crazy.
So you were probably feeling quite emotionally burnt out. And actually, if you added on your own problems, that's 6 people.
Yeah. And I think now that I'm growing up and over-therapizing myself, I can sort of set the boundaries, and I know the people that I therapize would understand that boundary. I was like, hey, I'm feeling 10%. I can't take your shit today. And they'll be like, yeah, that's fine. I'll talk tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm... Like, the people who need actual therapy and I can't do it, I've closed off. I'm like, hey, babe, seek help.
Here's a number.
I'm not... No. And I think, even with my own problems, like, I have my friends and I'll talk to them about my problems, but then I won't... I was like, right, I draw the line, I need to go to a therapist. But going back to, like, the whole, I find him more attractive now that he's opened up to me, or vice versa, or because he's been able to be vulnerable with me, he's more attracted to me. I wonder if that's the... What's the word? Like, the oh my god, what's the word?
I don't know. I don't know where you're going with this.
No, like, I don't know what the word is, but basically, like, cavemen, cave women, you know, men, like, just like, it's so, I don't even know. I know where I'm going, but I can't say the words. Like, for example, the word is the tip of I
fucking explain it.
Anyway,
I'll probably fill you in.
Anyway, so you know how cave woman and cavemen.
Neanderthals.
Neanderthal. There you go.
That's the word you were looking for.
That's one word. That's
okay.
one of the words.
Okay.
So Neanderthals.
Yes.
If a man was a successful hunter-gatherer.
Yes.
Woman would find that attractive.
Yes.
It's like, oh, he can take care of me.
Yes.
He can, and I was talking to my dad recently because I was like, if a guy has a BMW versus a 2007 Toyota, why am I more attracted? Like, I'm not a gold digger, but why am I more attracted to the BMW? He's like, because he has more money. And mentally, reproductively, like, we're always, instinctively, we're looking for the strong man who can take care of us.
Yeah, so women look for the hunter-gatherer and men look for the housewife.
Yeah. Which is why strong women are more recently single, better educated, more independent.
It's because they're scary.
Because they're scary! And I have it with my flatmate all the time.
It's because men see strong women, men see strong women and women who are in male-dominated spaces, whether that's through hobbies or work, as a risk.
Yeah.
They see it
as a threat.
They see it as a closer mirror image.
Yeah.
Than they would like to, and then that's threatening, and they're like, oh, no, it's out of their comfort zone.
Yeah.
It's something that they're not used to, so they're like, why would I bother when my safe bet is this little injured gazelle that's not gonna say no over here? Like, men also have that instinctive, just as much as women have that instinctive want to take care. Oh. Men also do.
Men want to care.
Women, it's emotional. Men, it's practical. Yeah. That's because for men, that's the sure bet. Yeah. If I know I can take care of you,
you need me.
If to quote the troglodyte Andrew Tate, I'm a high value male.
Vile. Vile.
But
we're gonna beep that out.
But we're gonna explicit content. But if a woman is perfectly capable to take care of herself, I have no purpose.
Oh, legit.
I have no function.
Legit. And
because I can't offer her that emotional intelligence that she offers. I can't switch the roles because I'm incapable. Because I'm a man.
And like, I think this is something else that I had my first proper, like, I wouldn't even call it a relationship, but like a man that I was sleeping around with regularly. And shit hits the fan. He says he likes a strong woman, but a strong woman actually shows up for the good, the bad, and the ugly. And he's scared. And he doesn't want to deal with it. And it's weird. Because I think a lot of men like strong women in theory, but not in practice.
Yeah, of course.
And I find it so funny. And I think the one man who's actually tolerated the fact that I'm really strong and really independent comes from a house of women. 3 siblings. 3 sisters.
So there you go.
Plus his mom.
Because as a child he was probably taught to value women. And women are our equal.
And in that religion, women are the
matriarch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
like
hot.
so women date equal or up.
Yeah.
As in same earnings, same standing, etc., or higher. Whereas men will tend to date down. And I realise we are slowly turning into an Andrew Tate podcast.
But the opposite!
But just even saying that, I feel fucking sick.
Yeah.
But men, because like I said, it's a surefire bet.
Yeah.
Because they stick to what they know. Men are cretins. I'm sorry, you are. They're fucking cretins.
I hate that word.
I love it. It's one of my favourite words. They're fucking cretins. They do what they know, and that's it.
And they know what they do.
Yeah. They do what they know, and they know what they do.
Yeah.
I know if I date this woman that may need looking after practically with my BMW, which is a shit car, by the way.
It is.
With my, like, fucking, really? A BMW?
Sorry, I feel like it's parked outside my house when I thought about it.
I feel like BMWs and Audis are for men that think they're the shit, but they really aren't. Like, come
and the worst part is I can recognize them because we have a couple of BMWs in my neighborhood.
But also as well, the type of driving that they do, they have a small penis. Like, sorry,
I have a small penis.
You're overcompensating. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, go on.
So my man knows that he can practically take care of this woman with my BMW, with my everything on finance, and She will be able to fulfill her roles in the house.
As a
wife, and literally emotionally. Tick. Yeah. This is easy for me.
Yeah.
But if a man steps outside of his comfort zone, that's literally, it's like I said, like if a man steps outside of his comfort zone, that then dips into uncertainty.
Who was it? Oh my god, finish.
That then dips into uncertainty. She will realise that I can only offer her practical, I can't offer her emotional. She's going to leave me.
Yeah.
She's too strong for me.
Yeah.
I've actually been told that before. You're too strong for me.
Yeah.
And I'm
like,
what does that even mean?
The same man that I was seeing last year, when shit hit the fan, he was scared of strong women. He asked me if I would ever be a housewife. And I was like, why?
Yeah, why do I need to be?
he's like, because, you know, you're very pretty. You clean well. And I was like, no, genuinely, why are you asking me that? It's like, oh, it's because you have more degrees than I do. And I find that threatening. I was like...
He actually said those words.
Yeah. I think that was one of the red flags where I was like, right, I need to end this kid.
Snaps and claps for my man for being honest.
Yeah,
but you were honest in a very sexist way, in a very toxic way.
Yeah, which is why...
Why would you be upset
with good? But
why would you be upset with that? Let's
just
girls, gays, and
I
days.
have
Let's
2
actually
degrees, a company, and you're threatened.
My head is...
Check yourself.
My head is actually throbbing.
Yes.
Girls, gays, and theys. If we actually laid it out, I have a woman here. She has 2 degrees. She has her own company. She's living.
Wouldn't that be sexy?
She's living independently. She also has the ability to be emotionally intelligent, to cook, to clean, etc., etc., etc. Why is that not a high value woman?
Why is that
threatening?
To you? Is that not hot? I'd want to shag myself.
I often tend to. Why are you threatened by that? Why are you not celebrating that?
Yeah.
Are you that insecure?
Yes.
That you're literally if a woman, if you saw a man, you snaps and, well done, mate, you're doing so well for yourself. If a woman does that,
she's a bitch.
She's a bitch. That's scary. That's scary. That's threatening.
Yeah. But that only fuels fire
because he's
under my ass.
But also
to humble men.
Because
and it's my favorite.
Because
thing
he's
ever.
insecure. He's like, oh my god, a woman is more successful than me.
But I wonder if, because I also find that men are more jealous of other men rather than women, or men respect.
Yes.
Because for example, when I get catcalled, or this man's chatting me up, and I say no, they're like, oh, it's fine. But when I say I have a boyfriend, they respect.
They're
like,
oh, okay.
There's no boyfriend, but also I wonder if it's a matter of oh, my girl is peng, my girl is smart, my girl is successful. Will my friends want to take her? Will they? Is it a matter of you're insecure within yourself and your own circle?
It's because still to this day, men see other men as more value than women. Women are still to this day below me.
God. I literally only
why are women unable to just say, I'm not interested?
I feel like this is a whole other conversation we could do.
Oh god, yeah. But also
it's all intertwined, isn't it?
But in homosexual relationships as well, things are so much more even.
Yeah.
And they tend to be so much more egalitarian because they view each other as the same.
Yeah. God.
I need to take an aspirin.
Oh god.
I'm
gonna invoice all the men in my life for the aspirin and the patience.
I've
therapy.
Yeah,
please.
I've wound myself up now.
I know.
But I think we should probably pop a pin in it there before we both explode with rage.
Yeah.
But
living as a woman is enough in this world.
You are enough in this world. If you but also as well, if you actually put it down to base facts, you think I am below you because I have a
vagina.
Literally,
my clit has more nerves than your entire body.
Because also,
I'm superior.
Also, as well, vaginas can take off. I hate the phrase "gross and balls." Hate it. I know that's cliche because every woman on this planet has said, "I hate that phrase."
Don't be a pussy.
I hate that phrase.
Don't be a dick.
If you actually saw what our vaginas go through, you would actually say, "Grow a pussy." Grow a pussy. Might start saying that.
My god, men cut their finger off and they're like, oh my god.
No, you
just stitches.
You just
anything you can do. I can be bleeding, motherfucker.
You just brush a man's bollock and he has to go to hospital.
Oh, yeah.
He has to go to hospital because he's like incapacitated.
Yeah.
But our fannies bleed once a month. They take an absolute pounding and hear the words, "You come here." No, I haven't. And we still stand day to day. So why on earth are you above me because you have a cock? That's what I don't understand. And I never will.
Unless you're on top because I'm a pillow princess.
What we're not going to be, like girls, gays and theys, as pillow princesses.
No,
you got to give it some welly. You know, show them.
The pillow princess. I only do 5% of the time when I'm tired.
No,
I'm 99% of the time.
If you have learnt nothing from this podcast, let me impart on you some fucking knowledge. Don't be a pillow princess. No. Give them what for. Make them scream your name.
Make them suffer.
Make them absolutely suffer and beg for it.
And get your money. They pay really well.
Yeah, exactly. But other than that, we will see you on the next one. Bye. And also, can I say, we're also outlawing that disgusting man, Andrew Tate. I can't believe I said him on my podcast.
We're gonna.
But we fucking hate the prick, and he's harmful, and he's dangerous, and he is living in a world I don't want to live in. And he's deluded. Like, he's let's take sympathy on him because he's unwell. Very, very, very unwell. But also, you deserve prison, my guy. Yep. You deserve prison.
Yep. We're going to get views because we're chatting shit about this man.
Yeah, exactly.
Marketing.
Hashtag Andrew Tate. Hashtag Pizzagate. Oh, no, wait, that's the wrong...
That's Justin Bieber.
No, Pizzagate is also the frickin'... Oh, my God, it was the...
It's all men.
It's all men. Also, can I just say, I saw a TikTok the other day that was like, I'll tell you the one interesting fact about that stupid Titanic submarine. No women.
Yeah, because we have what? Common sense.
We have fucking common sense.
Women live longer, and that's a fact.
No women. Because they would have seen that the fucking submarine was made out of carbon fibre and gone, do you know what? I'll give it a miss.
Sorry, I have to wax my tash.
Like, sorry.
I can't make it.
Sorry, I have such better things to do.
Sorry, I can't make it. I have rugby.
But also as well, that's such...
the way that would have genuinely been my reason. Sorry, I can't make it. I have rugby.
But that is such, like, literally, men are so stupid because they saw all of the things that were wrong with it and still said yes!
And paid $250,000.
Because men... want something to brag about because they're all insecure. They're all so insecure. And the reason that there was no fucking women on that submarine is I can't even call it a submarine. Sub-missile or whatever it was called. Because it's not a submarine. Because a submarine is more equipped to do what it did anyway.
It was a piece of Lego.
It was literally a piece of Lego. The reason...
The
fucking Xbox controller. The fucking Xbox. The reason that there was no women on that submarine is because women have some fucking sense. Anyway, we will see you on the next one because I've actually irritated myself. I need a Monster and an aspirin that was made by a woman. It wasn't. I don't think it was.
Honestly, the amount of things that women don't get credit for.
It was made by a man.
See you on the next one.
Bye.